Who's under the most pressure tonight?
AD, because the Lakers need AD to win. If AD is not playing well, Lakers can't win because they're an extremely top-heavy team. I know the Rockets look that way too, but not like the Lakers. The Rockets actually have a real supporting cast, even offensively, of guys who can get it done. Eric Gordon, former Sixth Man of the Year, just dropped over 20 points in the loss. Danuel House, who I don't think he scored at all in Game 1, but started to come along and is a talented player, can play defense, can finish, can shoot, can take you off the dribble if he has to. He can do things. Obviously, P.J. Tucker has played big in the past and is the kind of guy you want on your team for games like this. The two top guns on the Rockets, Harden and Westbrook, have more support offensively from the starting cast. You know, respect to Rondo, who still manages, it seems to me, to elevate when you need him most. But given the stage of his career that he's in right now, the Lakers just don't have the same kind of stuff. They went all in on AD, which was a great idea. You have a chance to get a dude like AD, pair him with LeBron, do it. Look at their record in the regular season. Look where they are now. But it means, because you know what you're getting from LeBron, LeBron's one of the all-time great clutch performers. It means AD has to match him. AD must dominate. If he does, the Lakers have a chance. If he doesn't, they don't have a shot.
Well, let me tell you this. Let me say this before Richard Jefferson gets in here. You would have a point max if Russell Westbrook was playing the way he's supposed to be playing. But with Russell Westbrook shooting 2 of 12 from three-point range, with him shooting, what was it, like 4 or 15 from the field in Game 3, you can't do that. He has to show up. And I will tell you that he's under immense pressure because I've said it repeatedly. We call Russell Westbrook a superstar because we believe him to be a star in this league. He's box office. He's the most athletic point guard we've ever seen in NBA history. We see all of that. But the flip side to it is that his deficiencies are becoming very, very glaring at times. And right now, just the other day when I was on Countdown with Jalen and Jay, what was Jay Williams pointing out on the board? He with us. They were screaming, he with us. That's what Houston was screaming when Rondo was shooting from the perimeter. And then Rondo showed up and showed out in Game 3. But guess what? The Lakers could easily be screaming at Russell Westbrook those very same words because even though he'll take it to the rack and yank it on you, if there is a way to neutralize him from getting into the paint and force him to take perimeter shots, well, how much of those is he going to make? Those are huge question marks. And because he has the ball in his hands and he has primary responsibility in terms of having the ball in his hands and controlling and dictating pace and more importantly, creating other shots for other people, he don't need to be attempting 12 three-point shots in 2 games, let alone shooting 2 of 12 from the three-point range. You do that kind of stuff, it's going to derail what Houston is trying to do, and not that much is going to be required from Anthony Davis so long as Anthony Davis gives you his regular numbers, LeBron James gives you his regular numbers, and the Lakers continue to play defense the way that they do. Russell Westbrook has to play more consistently. He did well in Game 2, but Game 2 needs to be more frequent in order for Houston to have a chance to win this series.
Now, I agree. My issue is I'm going to look bigger picture. In the broader scope of this, the Lakers are favored to win, right? They have the best record in the West. They're the #1 seed, so they're expected to win. So if we're talking about expectations and who has to deliver on expectations, it's Anthony Davis. Because my opinion is this: if Russell Westbrook plays great and the Houston Rockets play great and the Lakers play great, the Lakers should win that series. The Lakers should win the game. The Lakers have a more dominant 1 and 2, and it's very, very, very close. But Anthony Davis is the difference maker. Now, if Russell Westbrook goes 5 for 12 from 3, and it's a close game, but Anthony Davis does his 38 and whatever, 38 and 15, they're going to be like, look, we had no answer for Anthony Davis. They are a small team. They have PJ Tucker guarding Anthony Davis. Every time he shoots a 15-foot fadeaway, then that's a great job by the Houston Rocket defense. So the pressure truly to me is on Anthony Davis to dominate the way he needs to dominate. Because if the Lakers are going to win a championship, he's got to be the dominant factor defensively and a dominant factor offensively. Russell Westbrook has a lot,
what changed for you?
But
let me. I want to throw this question to both
of you. Into the playoffs, said that all the pressure's on AD.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I said that into the playoffs, but when we got to this particular round, I brought up Westbrook for a reason because I keep reminding y'all he ain't been out of the first round since Kevin Durant left. And to address your point, Richard, here's the deal, and I think this is important, and I'll throw this at both of y'all. As important as AD is, we find ourselves talking about LeBron James when the subject matter is the Lakers, no matter what. One of the preeminent names in basketball that everyone talks about is Russell Westbrook. You're talking about Anthony Davis because of his talent and what he brings to the table and the level of impact he can have on an outcome. But in terms of who's going to be discussed, when we talk about pressure, excuse me, if AD is sitting up there dropping his points, that's one thing. If Russell Westbrook duplicates his performance from Game 3, you don't think that's going to be a huge, huge part of the discussion when he's getting paid over $200 million, when they traded Chris Paul to acquire him and all of that other stuff? You don't think that's going to happen? Of course it's going to happen. You're going to be talking about him. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.